Previously on Under the Lights.
I want to savor every moment of it. I'm definitely going to take every minute of it and savor it.
This is most likely my last time putting pads on ever. I'm going to miss it so much.
I don't feel like I should be the oldest kid in the school, but here I am, and I know it's so close to being over.
My mom moved away and my dad moved away for deportation reasons. That really inspires me to work as hard as I can for them.
Didn't hear a peep from us. When are we going to be that team? When are we going to get excited for big things? When are we going to show up and play right from the first minute? I can't do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. Okay? I can't hold all your hands, and you got to either figure it out or not. It's up to you.
Under the Lights is powered by Mayflower Recovery and Rocco's Restaurant and Bar.
Quarterback position's been kind of a work in progress, but honestly, Michael Waller's done a great job so far. He really worked hard at it all summer in terms of, a lot of 7-on-7s work, and we really kind of tailored the offense to kind of work to his skill set and his strengths. He is not Tom Brady or Peyton Manning by any means, and I think he'll be the first one to tell you that.
Really nerve-wracking. Never played it before, so I have no idea how's it going to go.
So how did you wind up being the QB if you've never played it?
Probably because I was the only skilled position that was returning from last season. Everyone else graduated, so.
Oh, so what did you play last year?
Fullback.
Wow, so that's a
big transition, yeah.
What his strengths are is he is a great athlete. He's a great runner. He understands how to play varsity level athletics, which I think is a big deal to have out of your quarterback. He started as a freshman in lacrosse. He played last year. He was one of the best players on the lacrosse team as a sophomore. He was a great player for us last year and on a very good team as a sophomore in football. So he just gets it. He gets kind of that aspect of what it means to play in a big game. And I think those attributes will really help him in his new role. This preseason's been different than anyone I can really remember, honestly. The coaches met, we had some lunch together and met, and we kind of made the decision that we were kind of going to go with Colin at quarterback and move Waller to halfback. We didn't really have an actual true quarterback coming into this. So the idea was hey, let's just pick our best athlete and put him there. And we've kind of gone away from that just because we want to get the ball in his hands more, and We're definitely going to be more of a running team, and it had nothing to do with his performance. He was actually doing a pretty solid job. We just wanted to get him more involved. Colin Allen is going to start first at quarterback tomorrow. And really part of the reason we made the switch at quarterback, one, we wanted to get Lawler the ball more and thought halfback was his more natural position. But like I said, we didn't know what we had for quarterbacks kind of going in. So, obviously we have a kid come out, a freshman who's a great athlete and, has really picked it up. Like, I think I texted the kids the night before, preseason opened and said, hey, do we have any freshmen that would like to try quarterback? And he was like, yeah, I'll try it, coach. And he's been fantastic. He beat out a couple of older guys for the position, and that was part of the reason we decided to kind of go that direction, just because, we thought, look, this kid's really progressing. He's doing a great job for us. Let's give him a shot. Like, let's see what he can do. So it'll be exciting to see what he's had a great week of practice. Honestly, he keeps getting better. This kid's going to be a stud in a couple. Next year, the year after, he's going to be very good.
My name's Colin Allen. I'm the quarterback, and I'm a freshman. There's obviously, I'm a little nervous, but I'm also really excited to finally be able to get into a game and hit someone else. It's exciting. It's just a lot to get used to. Practice this week has been a lot more than I'm used to, especially since I've been practicing with the JV guys. I'm obviously nervous, but I'm also really excited to try and just see what I can do. I didn't even really know I was playing quarterback till probably a week before the season. Being there with all the varsity guys, especially, they really just made me feel like I've been part of the team for years. Oh, everyone's just working nice to me. They just help me a lot. If I make a mistake, they just boost me back up and they just make me feel good. So my dad wasn't home yet, but I told my mom and she didn't believe me. So I had to show her the text that coach sent me. And then when my dad got home, he was all shocked. And then I had hockey a couple nights ago, and I showed up there and I practiced with my uncle, and it's so different now. People just call me QB1. It's weird.
It was probably 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, and I was sitting on the couch watching some Seinfeld reruns, and I got a text from Ali Abukal, and he basically said, Coach, I'm with Jacob Broke. He said he wants to play football. Is it too late? First thing I did was I texted every single senior individually, and I texted Waller, who had been playing quarterback, and asked them how they felt about it. Because if one kid said no, they weren't comfortable with it, because I think you go through all the tough part of preseason, and then a kid shows up day one of game week, you missed all the hard stuff, right? So I wanted to make sure that all those kids were okay with it. So I asked them each individually. Every single kid, was like, yes, he'll help us. I love Jake, want him on the team. That made my decision easier. So I talked to Jake, basically said, look, here's the deal. You need to have, X amount of practices before you can play. That's not even my rule. That's a state rule. So you won't be eligible the first 2 games. And then he'll be eligible for the Billerica week. But he's really done a good job for us already. You can see the natural talent. He's a kid I've been after for years. We had him as a freshman. He's a great athlete. Even back then, he was more of a wide receiver type back then, but they didn't have a freshman quarterback, so he was like, yeah, I'll do it, and he did a fantastic job. Really tough kid. So the next, his sophomore and junior year, kids will tell you when it comes to texting and recruiting, I get after it. I've been all over that kid for the last 2 years, and I understand he's been busy kind of focusing on baseball in the summer and stuff, but I think he's kind of got the bug, hey, it's my senior year, I want to play with my friends, it's my last chance to play football.
I feel like it's a blessing kind of be able to have this opportunity and kind of run it back with my buddies. It was kind of an impulsive decision to not to stop playing, and then sophomore year was that COVID year. I kind of went to a lot of like the JV games because that's where all my friends were, and then I went to all the home games last year, and kind of throughout junior year I was like, man, I really should play, and then kind of just like bit the bullet today, or not today, but this year, and joined. And kind of just my senior year last year to be able to come back, play with some of my buddies I've grown up playing with all my life, and kind of give it one more shot. They've kind of taken me in really good. At first I was kind of edgy about it, but then once I got there, they all kind of just like took me in, and I feel like I'm a part of the team and not really kind of just that one kid.
I said to Colin and I said to Jacob, like, those two guys will compete in after week 2 when Jacob's eligible. In a perfect world, Colin would go play JV and get a year to develop and not have to be pushed into such a tough spot, and Jacob would be able to handle the reins. But, you know, it's on Jake to kind of go win that spot. Nothing is kind of handed to him. He still has to go out and earn it.
Oh yeah, my fantasy team is ready. I feel like I have 3 fantasy leagues actually.
I'm a big fantasy football guy.
Oh yeah, I got 2 leagues going. We're strong.
Alright, I'm in a lot of leagues. I think I'm in like 4 leagues, and I'm pretty happy with all my teams.
My fantasy team's all stacked up already. A little bit. I got a fantasy team, but it's not looking good at all.
I used to, then I forgot to put Alvin Kamara in when he got 50 points, and I just got too angry to play it again.
So I think we're gonna win, and my Colts, a fan of the Colts, I think we're gonna make a nice run in the playoffs this year.
My league is mostly the freshman guys, but got Kyler Murray, great quarterback, Justin Jefferson at receiver, gonna hold it down, and then I got Nick Chubb and Saquon Barkley to.
Well, I got Devontae Adams in my first round of my last draft, and he's always good for fantasy.
But most of them I took Justin Jefferson, and I was really happy about that. And that's kind of like the guy I've gotten in all my leagues.
I got Debo. Debo better go crazy this week. I will not be happy if he doesn't. It's not a good draft. Not drafting a second string running back. I don't even remember. I just remember drafting him. I'm like, oh, why did I draft him?
I do not play fantasy football. I do not play. That's one thing I do not do. I have a bad experience. I have a bad experience with fantasy football. Every time I play fantasy football, I lose. Every time. I'm not good at it.
So team dinners, you know, y'all just kind of show up at somebody's house. This week it's Coleman's, and you know, you just eat, hang out. You know, just kind of it's just team bonding, like kind of thing. Yeah, it's always a good time. Yeah, sophomores and freshmen out a little early, so upperclassmen get to chill for a little bit.
And we order a bunch of food. The cheerleaders come, the football players come. We try not to invite the underclassmen, but the coaches like have us just to include, and it's just good times. Like, we don't have to talk about football. We just have fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be the only freshman there, which is the only weird thing, because the JV game has at the same time. But yeah, I'm looking to eat the most, weigh the least. Right now, I'm weighing the least on the varsity team, I think. So I need to get a little bit bigger.
I might have to go for the sweets. Sweets is my spot. I like that we're together. You know, I like it that how our football brings everyone together. It makes everyone work together and as a team.
It's just like the mood there. Everyone's like happy. Everyone's excited to play tomorrow, and everyone's just like joking around with each other. There's sometimes like fire pits. There was a pool last year.
It's huge for like bonding and everything. I witnessed them during basketball. We had a couple during baseball, and it's kind of you just relax with the team and kind of prepare for the game that's ahead of you.
Yeah. There's always Augustus chicken. I'm always trying to get on that. And then once in a while, someone will get like Chick-fil-A or something. That's when it's good.
Enjoy the game on this beautiful day. Arlington Catholic took the 7-0 lead in the first one. 14, Wildcat 0.
Let's take it, doing all that crazy stuff.
We're down, but we haven't lost. We need to keep our heads up, make our blocks. We need to push that ball down the road.
Lawler.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Am I throwing too?
Yeah.
There you are.
Someone toss me a ball.
Cougars 21, Wildcat 7. Wilmington 21. Interception on the play. Wilmington football.
Everyone slowly realizes now what it takes to win. And a lot of you guys weren't really good at that. 3 plays. They made those 2 or 3, we didn't. Simple as that. Hey, like Shield said, you got to put this thing behind you because there's a better team coming to our place next week. And then there's a better team coming after that. And guess what? Then there's a better team after. Like it doesn't get easier after this. It just gets harder. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna feel sad for the rest of the night. Okay, tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna get to work on Gray Lowell. That's what I'm gonna do.